Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to start off with a new lesson, Annie's Confession from the Literature Reader. This is a very interesting story about a girl by named Annie who has spent most of her time in an orphanage. And now she has come to stay with a brother and sister who are alone in a house and they are in their 50s. Now, let me read the chapter for you, then we try to understand the lesson. Matthew and Marilla Cuthbert are brother and sister in their 50s. They live on a farm called Green Gables in a small Canadian village. They want to adopt a young boy who will help them with the farm. But due to a misunderstanding, Annie Shirley, an 11-year-old orphan girl with red hair, is sent to the farm instead of a boy. Annie has spent her childhood in orphanages and with strangers. She is a bright and active girl who quickly makes friends at the farm and at school. Will the strict Marilla like her though? Now see children, this particular lesson is set in Canada in a farm called Green Gables where there are two people, a brother and sister by name Matthew and Marilla, who live in a farm. And they had a planning to adopt a young boy who can do the work in the farm. But by chance what happens is they get a 11-year-old orphan girl by named Annie Shirley instead of a boy. And this Annie has spent most of her time in orphanage. She's an orphan girl. You know who is an orphan? A person who doesn't have both the parents is called as an orphan. But this girl is very bright and active and she makes friends with many people at the farm and at school. Now, will Marilla Cuthbert like her is what we need to know in the story, and what happens in the story to make Annie confess. Confess means to accept something, accept a mistake or accept something you have done is called as a confession. So shall we start the story, my dear kids? One Monday evening, Marilla came down from her room with a worried look on her face. Annie, she said to the small person shelling peas by the table, have you seen my amethyst brooch? I can't find it anywhere. I saw it this afternoon when you were away, said Annie a little slowly. Now, one day what happens? Marilla comes from her room and she looks a bit worried. She says, Annie is the name of the girl you can see in the picture. She is shelling the peas. Peas means the green peas. She is just opening the green peas and putting it into the bowl. Have you seen my amethyst brooch? What do you mean by amethyst? Amethyst is a clear purple stone which is used for making jewelry. It's a type of a stone used for making jewelry. And brooch is something like which can be pinned on your coat or it can be used as a sari pin. That's called as a brooch. Then Annie says, yes, I saw that when you were away. I saw that in your room. And while telling this, Annie is talking a bit slowly. I was passing your door when I saw it on the pincushion. So I went in to look at it. Then she says, when I was passing through your door near your room, I saw it on the pincushion. Pincushion is a type of pillow. Pincushion is nothing but a pillow. Okay, a small pad like thing used to prick the pins and all. Okay, that's called a pin cushion. So I went in to look at it. Did you touch it? Asked Marilla sternly. Now Marilla is a very strict lady, so she asked her, did you touch my jewel? Did you touch it? Yes, admitted Annie. I pinned it on just to see how it would look. Then Annie says, yes, I took it and I just pinned it on my shirt to see how it looks. I pinned it on my frock to see how it looks. You shouldn't have gone into my room and you shouldn't have touched a brooch that didn't belong to you. Where did you put it? Now, Marilla is a bit angry. Why did you go to my room without my permission? And why did you touch a brooch that did not belong to you? And where have you put it now? She is a bit angry. She is asking her. I put it back on the table. Oh, Marilla, I see now that it was wrong and I'll never do it again. That's one good thing about me. I never do the same naughty thing twice. Now the girl is telling, no, I just put it back on the table, Marilla. But I know it was wrong. I shouldn't have touched your jewel. But see, I will never repeat it again. I am a good girl. I will never repeat the same mistake again. That brooch isn't anywhere on the table. You have taken it out or something, Annie, said Marilla. And she says, see, it's not there on the table. You have done something with it. Isn't it, Annie? I did put it back, said Annie quickly. I just don't remember whether I stuck it on the pincushion, but I certainly put it back. Then she says, no, I have not taken it. I remember I have put it back. I don't know whether I have pinned it on the small pad which is there, but certainly I have given it back. I'll go and have another look, said Marilla, trying to be fair. Marilla went back to her room and looked carefully, but the brooch was not to be found and she returned to the kitchen. Then again Marilla says, okay, I'll go see whether it's there in the room. Then Marilla goes back to her room. She checks the entire room, but she couldn't find the brooch anywhere. And she comes back. Annie, the brooch is gone. And you were the last person to see it. Did you take it out and lose it? Tell me the truth. Then she says, Annie, it's not there. And you were the last person to see it. Then she asks, have you taken it out and lost it somewhere? Please tell me the truth. I never took the brooch out of your room, and that is the truth, said Annie sincerely. Then Annie says, no, I have not taken it out of your room. I am really telling the truth. I believe you are lying, Annie, Marilla said sharply. Now don't say anything more unless you are prepared to tell the truth. Go to your room and stay there until you are ready to confess. Then he says, see Marilla, see Annie, I think you are telling a lie. So now you should tell me the truth. So go to your room and be there and just tell me the truth and be ready to accept what you have done. That is called confession. Be ready to accept what you have done. When Annie had gone, Marilla went about her evening tasks in a very disturbed state of mind. Now Annie goes back to her room, and Marilla was in a disturbed state of mind. Means she was very upset and worried because her brooch was missing. She may have just taken it to play with and lost it and is now afraid to admit it. It's clear that she took it because no one else has been in that room. I wouldn't mind so much if she had only told the truth about it, she thought. Now Marilla is thinking for herself that maybe Annie has taken the brooch for playing and she would have lost it. But now she may be scared to tell me that. But nobody else has gone to that room. But if Annie tells me the truth, it's not a problem. But she had to tell me the truth. Marilla is thinking about the process by herself. Then what happens? Later in the evening, when Marilla went up to see Annie, she saw that the child had been crying. Now, later in the evening, what happens? Marilla went up to see Annie. But by the time Annie was sitting there and crying, the picnic is tomorrow, Marilla, cried Annie as soon as she saw her. Then Annie says, tomorrow is my picnic. Marilla, I want to go to the picnic. You won't keep me from going to that, will you? Let me out for the afternoon. Then I'll stay here as long as you like afterwards. But I must go to the picnic. Then she says, please don't keep me here. Let me go out in the afternoon. We have a picnic. So after that I'll come and stay here as much as you want. Please allow me to go to the picnic. Now I think Annie is having a picnic the next day and she is scared whether Marilla will allow her to go or not. You are not going to picnics until you have confessed, Annie. Oh, Marilla, gasped Annie. Now, Marilla says, no, you are not going for any picnic till you have accepted your mistake. So she says, oh, Marilla. Annie is shocked to hear that. But Marilla had gone out and shut the door. Now Marilla just goes out and she shuts the do. Let me stop at this point in this video, children. Let us continue the lesson in our next video. I hope you have understood till here what I have taught you. Okay, thank you.